What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the Tour Junkies After Dark. We are the Tour Junkies. We just finished our own podcast. We're here on DraftKings, presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, talking Wells Fargo Championship 2022 from TPC Potomac at Avenel Farm in Potomac, Maryland. DB here, sipping on some vodka. Pat's got a little, what do you got? You got beer tonight, or what are you doing?
No, I got a little vino, actually. It's this is the only glass I could find to put it in.
Oh, nice. Love it. Listen, we just got done breaking it all the action down, all right? And we're not going to get into all the details of the course breakdown and all that kind of stuff just yet. They did play this golf course back in 2017 and 2018, most recently after a major renovation in 2015. You're going to need to know some stuff about that, which you can check out, obviously, on DraftKings, DraftKings Nation, also on our channel on Tour Junkies. But go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, a comment if you haven't already. You know, we asked our listeners this. Elon Musk bought Twitter. If he bought the PGA Tour, what would you want him to do? What would you want him to change? I think that could be interesting. Drop that in the comment. Let us know. Pat, we're looking at the top of the betting board here for DK Sportsbook. I got really, I mean, I guess there's maybe two names I could go for here, but, you know, this event, there's a lot of variables here, right? Like, we haven't seen this play since 2018. You know, we're old enough that we were doing podcasts in 2017 and 2018 when they had it here. Francesco Molinari won at 14-1, which obviously would favor a shorter name here in the top of the betting board. Before that, Kyle Stanley won at 40-1. But, you know, with all the depth of talent that you do have, and this field is definitely better than what we saw last week at the Mexico Open, I think I really just lean towards one name here, and it's at 25-1, and it's Tony Fenow, finally showing that he's kind of back to being Tony Fenow. He's had a rough year. He's had a rough 2022. He hasn't really looked like himself, but played well at the Mexico Open, despite not really being in contention, and the runner-up would make you feel like he was. I mean, he was one shot shy of a playoff, but he kind of made a late charge with an early tee time on Sunday to do so. He gained over 8 strokes on approach. He finally got back to gaining strokes around the greens, which is something that long-term he's always done really well, but short-term has really held him back. So after a good finish at the Masters, a good finish at Valero, and now a runner-up at Mexico, even in a weak field, I like the value on Fenow at 25-1. I think that's the only name really at the top of the board that I'll throw some cash on. What do you say?
Yeah, I like Fenow. I'm with you there. I will add, though, I think Matthew Fitzpatrick at 20-1, I think is...
he was the other one I was looking at, yeah.
He's in play here. I mean, you look at his ball striking, he's top 10 in the field there. You know, he's top 10 in par 4 scoring, top 25 in proximity. He's 20th in the field in fairways gains, and you do have to be very accurate off the tee. This course is not, you know, particularly long, but it is one where you've got to position yourself right off the tee, and you've got to be in the fairways, because if you miss it and you're in the rough, it can be very penal. And so I think Matthew Fitzpatrick and his driving accuracy could be, you know, a great thing for this week. And then you look at his recent form. I mean, he did miss the cut at the Heritage.
Yeah, that hurt me bad.
Which hurt a lot of people. But before that, you know, that top 15 finish of the Masters, top 5 at the Valspar, which is another course that's pretty tight off the tee as well. I think you know, Fitzy's game bodes well here, and I like him at 20-1 on the shorter end. But outside of that, I'm with you on Fenow, and there's really not many other players here in the shorter end.
So value there with Fenow and Fitzpatrick. As we work down the board a little bit, there are two names at 40-1 that I'm interested in. I think both have for sure the ability to win and close out a tournament, as they've proven they can do. One a little hotter than the other, but both in good form. The first one is Siwoo Kim at 40-1. Siwoo is checking a lot of boxes. He's had a good 2022. Hasn't missed a cut since October. The off the tee play's been great. The iron play's been good. He hits his long irons well. Always a good scrambler, which is going to come in handy here. These are some tough greens to hit in regulation at times. It's all about the putter for Siwoo. We know that. So I like him at 40-1. And then Sepp Straka. I mean, Sepp has been on an absolute heater. You hit him at 140-1 when he won the Honda Classic. Talked him up on this very show. Followed that up with a 9th at the Players, 30th at his very first Masters, and then a 3rd at the RBC Heritage. And the RBC Heritage is a course where you definitely see longer hitters club down off the tee, similar to what I think we're going to see here at TPC Potomac. Sepp Straka had to do that, finished third. I mean, he's just doing everything really well, and I think the confidence is super high. And despite hitting him at 140 to 1, a month or two ago, 40 to 1 still feels like a number I want to have a little piece of for Sepp. He's that confident. He's playing that well. So I like those two at 40 to 1.
Don't mind them. I'll add a couple here. And I'm going to start with a guy that's a little bit longer odds than the guy I really want to talk about. But I know if I talk about that guy first, you're going to start interrupting me because you don't like it today, and then everybody's going to forget about it. So I'm going to start, though, with Doug Ghim, who's at 65 to 1. I really feel like this is a week where Doug Ghim can win. I mean,
I like it.
It's a great course fit for him. Across the board, he's basically top 40 when it comes to ball striking, approach. He's top 20 in driving accuracy, top 25 in proximity. I mean, literally across the board, Doug Ghim is going to check a lot of boxes for you. I like, he's been playing pretty well recently. So I think at 65 to 1, Doug Ghim is a very good play. And this could be the week that he gets a victory. Another guy that could get a victory this week, DB, is Webb Simpson at 50 to 1. I know you don't like it, but, everybody loves it. It's Wells Fargo week, right? And usually we're at Quail Hollow, and Webb lives in Quail Hollow, and this is his home course and whatever else. Well, we're not playing Quail Hollow this week. We're actually playing a better course fit for Webb. I mean, this is a course that is like made for his game. I think he's getting to the point in his career where he's literally going to play. He's going to play a lot of events, but he's certainly going to want to play the events that fit his game. And this is one of the courses that fit his game. So despite the play that you've seen lately from him, where he has made a lot of cuts, nothing spectacular. He's not pretty. I know, DB, you like pretty. If somebody swings ugly.
I like somebody to be informed.
If their swing's ugly, you hate them. If they do certain things, you hate them. But Webb is still a good course fit. That he's going to play well this week. Huge. He's going to play well. It's going to be 50 to 1. Webb Simpson. Love him.
God, I just can't feel any more confident that Webb is not going to win this week. I literally couldn't feel more confident. There's no chance. But okay. Disagreement there for sure. Working down the board a little bit. I want to get to the long shots here because I like a few long shots here. I like Matt Naismith at 100 to 1. Matt, a guy who had a chance to win his first PGA Tour event, felt the heat late on a Sunday at the Valspar. Eventually didn't make the playoff that Davis Riley and Sam Burns made it to. Matt's a ball striking machine. I mean, this kid just hits fairways and greens. It all boils down to the putter, but we see this all the time on the PGA Tour. Bad putters win all the time. All it takes is 1 week. Your last two champions here at TPC Potomac, Kyle Stanley and Francesco Molinari, not known to be great putters, okay? Matt Naismith is definitely one of those guys. David Lipsky is 100 to 1 as well. And David Lipsky's been playing quite well. And the stats, depending on what service you're using to look up stats, may not show it. Because at the Zurich, you're not going to have strokes gain data. But if you paid attention to the Zurich, he carried his team to, I think, a top 10 finish. He was partnered with Aaron Rye. He had more birdies and eagles on the round 1 and round 3 than Rye did. And then last week at the Mexico Open, gained 10 strokes approach, number 1 in the field. The irons are super hot right now for Lipsky. And this is a tournament that suits him way better than the Mexico Open. And he's a multiple-time winner worldwide. He's just never won on the PGA Tour. This is his first full season on the PGA Tour. After graduating from the Korn Ferry Tour, he won on the Korn Ferry Tour. He's won on the European Tour. He's won on the Asian Tour. Lipsky at 100 to 1 has real cachet to get it done. And then I also like Cam Davis at 100 to 1, the long, languid, big-hitting Aussie that also finished third at the RBC Heritage. Clubbing down and hitting a lot of fairways, but having an advantage with shorter clubs into some of those greens. I think he can do the same thing here. He's your winner at the Rocket Mortgage Classic last year at 150 to 1. I think Cam Davis could get it done. I like him at 100 to 1.
All right. Well, a couple more that I'll add here. I'll start with CT Pan. He's at 80-1. I like CT Pan on a course like this. He's a guy that's kind of known to be a short knocker, but a great ball striker. Has won on courses like this before. So CT Pan at 80-1, I think is a very good bet here. I like Anirban Lahiri. Anirban is a guy that we saw play extremely well at the Players Championship, and we thought, well, maybe this is just kind of he just had a random good week, and it's a flash in the pan. But he's been around on tour for a long time. He's been playing great this year. This is a course that I think is a good fit for him as well. So Anirban Lahiri is at 100-1. I think that's a good number for him. Also, another guy that I'll throw out here that I think is a good play a little bit longer is Mark Hubbard at 130-1. He is another one that not very long off the tee, but has been playing very well this year. Playing well on the Korn Ferry Tour, has kind of mixed status between both tours. So I think Mark Hubbard there at 130-1 could be an interesting play there. You know what I can't believe you haven't even talked about? Why? Like Luke List. Like, are you just done with Luke List? Like, did you get married to Luke List and then he won, and then you just divorced him after he won? Like he made all this money and you were like, you know what? I'm done with Luke List. I'm divorcing him.
No, I actually have him written down on my sheet. I just haven't mentioned him. I know I get ridiculed for picking Luke too much, but I did talk to him last week on the putting green at Champions. He was working on putting, which he needs to do. But I think Luke's in play this week for sure.
Okay.
I don't like him coming off a little bit of a rest. I mean, he hasn't played since, I think, Augusta. I don't know if he played. Did he play Zurich? I don't know if he played Zurich. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I think he's okay. I don't have DraftKings it's Monday night. We don't see any top 20s out as of now, but if I were looking at some long shot top 20s, Brandon Matthews.
The last two cuts. Or he missed the Masters cut and then he missed the Heritage.
Oh, he missed the Heritage. Okay. Top 20 numbers to be on the lookout for, even though we don't have them right now. Brandon Matthews at plus 250. He's 250-1 to win outright. So he's going to be like 10 or 12-1, probably top 20. I like that. I like Austin Smotherman. He's 180-1 to win outright. I like him as a top 20. He just didn't have a great week around the greens in Mexico. Lonto Griffin's 150-1 outright. I like his number for top 20. He's probably going to be in the 6-1, 5.5-1 range. And then Russell Knox is 130-1 outright. Those are some bomb outrights that'll probably be no shorter than like 4.5-1 between any of those guys. So I think those are all potential. You got anybody else, or are you good?
No, that's it. That's all I got.
There you go. That's Tour Junkies After Dark for the Wells Fargo Championship 2022. It's time to, we got to get back in this thing. We got to get some long shots winning. I hate it when the favorites win. I wore the long shot season jacket just to try to get some juju going. We need the long shots back in this thing. We've had 18 tournaments in 2022. Only 3 of them have been won by somebody at triple digits or longer, and 2 of them we hit. Swafford at 250-1 and Straka at 140-1. This is crazy. The PJ Tour is, we tend to see more long shots win than this. I don't like it. I'm not for it. I'm against it. And I'm speaking out against it this week for the Wells Fargo. I want a bomb winner this week. That's what I want, Pat. Let's have a week. May your screens be green. See ya.
Oh!